old intro, but I always forget that I'm on a different channel. Anyways, I'm coming in today. Today is June the 24th, 2024. Um, yeah, so it is early in the morning. I literally just got up a little while ago. I have to go home and this has to be short because I'm caregiver to my sister and she has to have her follow-up appointment because she had a surgery a couple of weeks ago, like a week and a half or so ago. So I wanted to get in a video because I have not done a video in a little while and I don't want this channel to flatline on me. This is a new project and I want to dedicate um, the correct time and energy to it. Trying to find the light. Can't find proper light. It's either too blown up, blown out. Okay, so this is basically the gist of this video. Why I'm doing it. I wanted to do it 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, but my time keeps getting away from me. The day recycles itself, it's gone, and still haven't done it. So right now on this channel, I cannot go live. I also do not have storage on my phone. And even if I did have storage on my phone, when I record with my phone, the video that I get, even if it's only like 2 minutes long, it takes forever to upload. It could take me hours to get it to upload. So I started the process on my other channel of just recording live and releasing. I also stopped editing because I found myself spending hours editing and not getting many views. So that's why my hand going to bed. I have carpal tunnel. So that is why my videos may not be to the quality of everyone else's. But I do believe that is that light on? No, it just looks like it's on. Okay, I do believe that I have something to say to share with somebody. Somebody could relate to me. I'm not sure if you will, but you may be that one person that relates to me and maybe I'll be able to help you, right? Because I'm crawling out of this, like barely surviving. So if I barely got out, there's maybe somebody else that needs to barely get out as well, right? That I can help. Um, okay, so I was listening to Diamond Royal Ministries. She is one of the content creators that I listen to heavily at the moment. Like I said before, I do believe God will pair you up with a content creator that in that time in your life. Like right now, it's Diamond Royal Ministries. In the past, it's been Jordan the Chosen One, Shantia, Deja. It's been different ones over time. So I right now am watching her heavily. And I was on my way into work just with my ear headphones. I wear the big muff ones. So on my way into work. I'm rushing. I'm irritated because it feels like it's always time to go to work. I literally feel like that's the only. I'm sorry for changing hands, but like I said, carpal tunnel. But I feel like sometimes the only time that I remember in my day, the only time that ever is when I'm at work, right? That's when I have my best energy. That's when I have my best focus. That's when I have, I'm injured in several different ways. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do this. My hands won't cooperate right now. That looks bad. Let's find a filter. We did that last time. I think that helped a little bit. That brightens it up a little bit. But yeah, so the best, the best that you have for the day, my best is devoted to a job. Now, the problem is that I am trying to build something outside of the job. So once you've devoted your best time, energy, effort to the job, when you get home, you don't have a lot to devote to yourself and your family. And for me, I put my family first. So once I get off the job, give them my best energy, time, space, everything. Then I come home, give a good portion to my family. And then most times there's nothing left for me, or there's fumes. There's very little left for me. Okay, previous to last year, I also had two narcissistic family members in my life. I've had more, but these two were tag teaming me for the longest. My aunt and my cousin. They always had emergencies every day. They knew when I got off. I needed to do favors. I had to lend money. I had to just deplete myself, like literally. So I really had nothing left. Nothing left to do much of anything, right? And especially nothing for myself. And then the day turns over, and then it's back to devoting the best part of your day to work, which you don't even wake up. I don't even wake up refreshed and renewed anymore. I'm waking up dragging out the bed. I'm waking up barely, like, so tired. Like, it's like your body gets up, but your mind never wakes up, and you just drag through your day tired. Or I don't know, it's that. And then it's that energy that you gain gone at work, and then family, and then you have little time. So the way that I would try to squeeze in things I need to do for myself used to be staying up to the wee hours of the night, waking up super early, so maybe only getting at most 6 hours of sleep, sometimes at least 2 hours of sleep. 3 hours, 2 hours of sleep. I've done that for a long time because I did have those narcissists in my life for 25 years. I just did the final discard last year and going strong. Almost, it's coming up on almost a year, right? So, with all that said, it makes it very hard to tend to your life. So, over time, my life, I feel like, has fallen far behind. I feel like I'm behind on everything: housework, keeping my car together, bills. I mean, to-do lists that never end. My career. I'm a great artist, grand artist that just doesn't have the time to devote to their art. So that irritates me to know that I have such a beautiful gift that God gave me, but I just don't have the time and ability to work the gift, right? So that daily is a thorn in my side. Every time I'm running to the job to clock in, the reminder is that, Keita, you have so much more in you. You are beyond gifted. And God entrusted you with these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful talents. And I know that He wants me to do something with these talents. He didn't just give them to me to not do them, to sit them on the shelf and continue to just work at a job. He wants me to do something with my art. Previously, what I've done with my art is fight for justice. I fight for the underdog, the people that no one cares about. the people that are mistreated, things like that. Um, because I have something I call Project Reach the World. That has been my passion and what I've been working on, my purpose of fighting for justice for those that no one cares about. Um, and that's what I've been working on for the last 20 years. There is a whole reason for it, but this is not the channel. So if you want to know, I'll let you guys know, but I'm trying not to mix the pot. Trying to keep that over there and this over here. But it is a family reason. It is the reason my husband's not in my life. And I'm just trying to get my husband back home with his family. And that has been the reason for my project, Reach the World. Um, with my husband here, I always felt like it would be less of a burden because we would share um, responsibilities, and not all responsibilities would fall on me. But I've been very unsuccessful in getting him home, so it has been me carrying a family load of burdens for decades. And I'm just in that time in my life where I'm just, we get older. You can't stop that. You get older. And this is just like going back to Diamond Royal, her video. She's like 9 to 5s basically are from the devil. And I really 100% believe that to be true. The 9 to 5 is going to keep you from whatever it is and that you were brought to this earth to do. It's going to keep you from that. It has kept me from that. And it keeps you tired. It keeps you in a cycle or in a loop, just doing the same thing. Like, I'm in a loop today. Like, so let me explain this loop. Oh, before I explain it, I love to make analogies. So let me give you my analogies for how this feels. It feels like you are on one of those merry-go-rounds that we used to get on as a kid. It is going around and around and around. Like when it first starts, you're having fun. You're like, wee, oh, yeah, go faster, go faster. But then if it just continued and continued and continued and you never got off and you had to pee, you were hungry now, your mama calling you, but you cannot get off of this. It will not stop. It keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going. It feels like that. You want to get off now, but you can't. You're stuck in a cycle. It also reminds me of a roller coaster. Roller coasters are fun, right? Like my theme park, we have this roller coaster that goes straight directly up in the air and brings you straight down and really fast, right? And that's fun. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fall out my seat. Oh, I'm holding on for dear life. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. And it plays music in your ear as you're riding the roller coaster, so it does all this excitement. But the roller coaster is short, comes to a complete stop, you exit the ride. But this loop is like you never get to exit. It just constantly recycles, goes up, goes down, all around, goes up, goes down, all around, ups, down, all around. And you never, ever can get off. You eventually would get sick. You eventually would, it wouldn't be fun anymore. It would be like a total nightmare. And Joyce Myers actually referred to cycles like this as rocking in a rocking chair because it's taking energy, because these cycles take energy. They deplete you. You're tired. You have no, you're tapped out. You are desperately in need of a vacation of some sort where you just lay down like a human. Like You don't have to worry about rushing through traffic to get to the job. You're not worried about keeping your uniform clean so you could run out the door. You're not worrying about, oh shoot, the road is blocked. I can't get to work. Now I gotta run from my car all the way to my location because I work at a theme park. Like, it's not that. Like, you literally wake up, you get the right amount of sleep, you ease through your day. You're not rushing everywhere you're going because you're on this time schedule and you have all these tasks that you need to fit in today. And if you don't fit it in today, it gets thrown off to tomorrow. But guess what? Tomorrow has a ish load of task itself already. So you're carrying over tasks from today to tomorrow, which means you still are not going to get something done because you can't get that ish load of stuff and all that stuff you carried over. So the next day, something carries over. And that's how you become swamped in things you need to do. And this is where I'm at. I feel swamped. And I feel like I'm so deep in being off track that it's feeling like I'm never gonna get it right. I'm never gonna get off of this. I'm never gonna have to stop running like this. I'm tired. I just want to sleep. I just want to pick up my pencil and draw. I mean, I want to spend time with my family. And when I do spend time with my family, like yesterday was family day, basically. I spent the day with my husband. He's not with us, so we had a visitation. I spent the whole day there, and it was so beautiful seeing him run around with my little granddaughter. He was in fear that he wouldn't be a part of our granddaughter's life because he was not where we can get to him. Like, it would be months in between before we can get to him, right? And now God has blessed us to where he is close to home. And for the last month, we've been visiting, and he's been visiting my granddaughter. And it's just so beautiful. So, and it was my daughter. I have one child, her birthday. She's turned 23. She is 8, just about to be 9 months pregnant, and she's over everything and ready to blow, right? So it was her birthday. We still wanted to make it special for her. So I took her out to eat. We visited all day, drove back home, took her out to eat. I walked my granddaughter around the block because I love to be outside and in nature. And as I listened to so much Chosen One content, I realized that all chosen ones, most chosen ones, love to be out in nature. And it's because it just makes me feel so, it calms all that cycle. It's like you could get out there and just walk around and just look up at the sky and feel the breeze, feel the beautiful warm sunshine on your back. I like to take sunset photography. I'm an artist. I'm an artist. I get to forget about the cares of my day and just recenter myself. After work, I do go out to the park. I read my Bible, pull my Bible out of my trunk. I'll edit my videos. I'll do everything out there at the park, and I won't come back until nightfall, right? That's how major it is that I love to be outside. But back to that cycle, and it feels so unbreakable. So today, I'm on my day off. It's Monday. I'm off on Sundays and Mondays. So how my week goes on Monday, because Sunday I took time with my family to spend that time, I'm like, oh, I love to spend the time with them, but oh my gosh, I just let a whole day get away from me. And now I only have today to do everything before the week starts. That's before my merry-go-round starts up and I get nothing done. So it's like your merry-go-round pauses on your weekdays, on your weekends, your 2 days off, whatever they may be, you consider them your weekends. So your 2 days off, which mine are Sunday and Monday, it pauses for a moment. And I'm always thinking, I can do this, this, and this to get ahead so that I don't have to join it. I call it my workshop. So I don't have to join my workshop again on Tuesday. I'm trying to further work on, I'm a graphic designer, trying to build, in the midst of trying to build my own business, but it's taken me years now to where I feel like I'm never going to have it done because I'm trying to build it in between the margins of going to work. Graphic design, if you know anything about graphic design, if you know anything about art, the number one ingredient for these things are time. Time. They take a lot of time to do anything worth anything. You need time. The best art pieces, you can tell people put time into it, right? So it has been so freaking difficult. It's been a good 4 years saying that I'm trying to build this business. And because the business is slowly building itself, and it's almost like, okay, here in Orlando, they have something called the I-4 eyesore. And it is a building that there was some TV evangelist or something that was building this big center, and they were building it off of donations, and it got almost done, but it just never got done. And it's been decades because they were building it little by little and stuff like that. And people always, when they drive on our highway I-4, they're like, did they ever finish the building? Building's never done. It's an undone building just sitting there. So they deemed it the I-4 eyesore. And that's how it feels like anything I try to do in my life is I'm building it so slowly in the background that it never is done. It never is enough. Like the building's never open for you to conduct your business out of, to actually try to wean yourself away from your 9 to 5. See, the 9 to 5 is going to guarantee a little bit of money. Not even enough to survive, but it's going to guarantee that you have something coming in. Like I always said, I live paycheck to paycheck, and I worked so hard to not live paycheck to paycheck no more. But now I live paycheck to no check. Like I even have less than I started with in my 20s. I'm worse off in my 40s than I was in my 20s. And that feels so wrong. Like it feels like a bad joke, which when you're dealing with the devil, you know it's a bad joke. This world taught us that if you work hard and just was persistent and dedicated, you could, especially America, the American dream, you could have a piece of the pie. And you work hard and you persist and you just give your all in your 20s, and you get to 40 and you're disabled. Your body ain't working like it used to. Your back ain't working. Your hands carpal tunneled and arthritis stuff. And you're like, so what do I have to show for all of this? Running my body down in the ground. What do I have to show? Because now I went from working paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to no check and not knowing what to do every time the bills come around due. And now bills are higher, minimum dues are higher, rent is 3 times higher. You don't have no extra money now. I used to have a little bit of extra money. I have nothing. I'm barely scraping to the next week. So at this rate of working hard and not having nothing and really being in the negative, I literally have nothing for retirement. I just, And I don't see how I'm going to get out of this cycle. I'm stuck. I am stuck. And it's not going to be by my effort that I get out of this cycle, because I've tried everything. And it feels like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you. So I'm sorry. I do that. I jump around. I don't mean to. It's just me. I don't have the notes in front of me, so, and I believe I have ADHD. So I jump around. So please forgive me, guys. I was first telling you about the Monday that I'm on. So now, because I spent time with my family, I have to pay for it. And Monday, I have to get everything done. But usually, and I have plans that I'm going to squeeze everything today and Monday, because I gave Sunday, devoted that to family and stuff like that. And guess what happens? It's always something else you didn't realize you had to do that you end up doing on that Monday, and then boom, it's over. All that to-do list that you needed to catch up on, you didn't do nothing from. And guess what happens on Tuesday morning? It's over. You have to jump back on that cycle, that merry-go-round, that endless roller coaster. And through my work week, I definitely don't get much done. So my only saving grace would be on those weekend days to try to get ahead, to not be running like a fool like a chicken with their head cut off throughout the week, trying to do all these things. So I'm thinking I'm going to spend my Monday catching up, and then I'm oh, remember you had to take yesterday. Today was the appointment for your sisters so they can check her stitches. I'm like, oh God, I didn't realize that. So now there's my morning gone. And then the evening, my daughter was going to check out of school because she's getting stuck in this stupid cycle. And I'm trying to do everything to help her to don't get here. Don't come here. This is horrible. This ain't even really living when you barely have enough to survive. Don't come here. So I'm trying to do everything to make her to stay afloat, to don't, because I feel like when I was as a chosen one, you don't have a lot of support. It's like you have diamonds and rubies and gifts, and that you are so valuable. I am so valuable. If you could just see all the creativeness, the talent, the gifts that God just gave me, because I one day just did it. It wasn't me studying to do it. I just literally, like at 9 years old, I picked up a pencil and drew a masterpiece. I did not even know I can draw. Tell me that's not a gift from God. And God don't want me to do something with that. But even as a child, I was never encouraged. I was not, it was, yeah, go put it on the refrigerator. Like, not right now. Like, no, nothing was put into me. So when I did become just a regular 9-to-5 worker, I mean, how could you expect me to be anything else? I had no tools. I have no support system. I had family members that just use me. If you're chosen, you know how it is. They just use you. You have several, you find out later, I didn't find out till I was 40, but they were narcissists. I'm thinking these people are going to grow up one day, they're going to stop doing this, or they're going to get up on their feet and they're not going to need me every day in life. And it just never happens. But I didn't know what a narcissist was. I found that out at 40 when I was crying out to the Lord, asking him, what is wrong with me? And he revealed nothing has ever been cultivated in me. I've never had a support system to do anything. Even for this to work, I'm going to need a support system. But It is so hard to ever get anybody to support anything I ever do. Um, Also, with having a very unsupportive system, because you can't do nothing on your own. You can't. Even the biggest YouTuber, they'll never tell you, but they're nothing without their subscribers. They're nothing without their viewers. They're me. Video with no views, no likes, no shares. That's who they are without their subscribers. They're me. But not much has ever been put into me to ever grow. It's like I have so much fertile ground, but nothing's planted in me to be able to flourish, right? So all through my childhood, I was just ignored. All through adulthood, I was just there to help you. You only love me when I'm doing a favor for you. Other than that, you don't even know I exist. Um, so also, I'm disabled. So I'm frantically trying to find something to make a living off of because my body is breaking down quickly. And if I don't find something now, because I already know working is not sustainable, I can't even stand up through a 8-hour shift. I come home, my hands are swollen numb because I have several disabilities. So I'm trying to frantically, and then that too, with the disabilities and being an artist, that means I also only have so much ability left to be that artist that God made me to be. It's only so much more time left in it, so much more time frame that I will be able to be that. So I'm feeling very stuck, and don't know how I'm gonna be out of. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. It's like seeing yourself down in a hole, and you're trying to climb up the side, and you've been trying to climb up the side, but the floor keeps lowering. And though you're climbing up and you're working hard, you're never getting out of the hole because the floor keeps lowering on you. So you're in movement again. You're tired. You're depleted. You've done so much, but you've gotten nowhere. Nowhere. It's just like I'm a licensed cosmetologist. And due to my disabilities, I couldn't practice. I'm a graphic designer. Due to my disabilities, my only option is being a freelance graphic designer because I'm not fast enough to work in the industry. So it's like I have so much value in me, but I have disabilities and barriers that keep me from tapping into that value. So 9 to 5 for me, Mondays, and instead of enjoying a day off, it is very frantic because it's the thought in my mind that, dang, I gotta go right back to work tomorrow. A whole nother week. I gotta get through a whole nother week before it's hopes of trying to do anything I need to do to catch up or to even operate in my purpose. I gotta do work first. Almost like those games, like work being a big, huge piece. Now your box may only be that big, your container, but work is that big. So once you put this in the container, you can't fit much else in your container of life. And I'm trying to squeeze in family because your family's getting older. Your family won't always be here. You cannot neglect them. That's just like when my mother was here, and 2 days before Mother's Day, she was gone. My mother was healthy, alive, just graduated with her master's, and was gone 2 days later. And I wish that I spent more time with her. So you can't neglect that you're going to have your family forever. So you can't not do family time because you're trying to get somewhere, right? So that's not really negotiable. So the only thing left negotiable is myself. My care time, my keeping my hair used to stay laid. I'm a cosmetologist. My nails stayed done. I can't even, just feeling so behind. I don't know. You don't hear a lot of people talk about this because people portray their lives as perfect. That they just got it all together. They just, and I'm telling you, no, it's all falling apart in my life. It's all crumbling apart. Another analogy is like those panels that used to make up, like, let's say it made up the above ground pools, and you're holding one side together with your might. You're trying to do this, you're trying to do that, you're holding it together. But then the other side collapses. And you run over there and you try to hold that side up. But the side you just were holding collapses because now you're over there. And then you run back behind it because it's all pouring out the back. And you run over there and try to hold it up, get it together. And it is the front is collapsing. That's like when you finally get everything done in your apartment, everything settled. Oh, you've missed deadlines and this, and this. Or when you focus in on family, then everything else back here has fell apart. Or if I did just sit here and focus on my YouTube, I'm going to come back to, oh God, I forgot to do this. I didn't take care of that. I am tired of living this way. I need this job out of my life. And at this point, I have been trying so hard. And so I've done everything you can think of to be the entrepreneur that I know that God wants me to be. So I know that it is not in my might to become that. Because for me to have gotten to the end of my strength and still not happen, it's going to be by God. God is the only one. Jesus is the only one that can do this in this moment. And I'm just crying out for him, Lord, just take me out of this. I can't get out of this. I have tried to climb up the side of that wall to get out this lowering pit. But nothing I try is good enough to get me out of it. And then you also got that, which it feels like it's because I'm devoting my good everything to work. And I thought about it when I was in the bathroom at work because it feels like I'm always at work. Even wrote a song about it. I work to live and I live to work. Hustle hard until it hurts. Work my fingers down to the bone. And once I pay my bills, ain't got nothing to come home with. So all of that work, and it's like it's not going to happen. If God himself does not come down here and take me out of this, it's not going to happen. And I do believe that Diamond Royal was correct, that 9 to 5s are from the devil to keep you from your purpose, to keep you from whatever God put you on this earth to do. It's a big distraction. They pay us less. They pay us more. Have y'all noticed we're making more than we ever in our life made, but it goes way less than when we made less. It doesn't go further. The more we make, the less further that check goes. So they've tricked us. They make us think we're making good salaries when they know you can't even afford a house and a car now. You used to can afford a house and a car. You can't afford a car and food to eat. We used to be able to afford all of the above. So they're tricking us. And it's crushing us. It's crushing us. There's many people homeless that should not be homeless. They're homeless because you've inflated all the prices to where people can't even afford it. But now also, this is on my justice channel. Have you noticed that they're trying to criminalize homelessness? So you criminalize, they're wanting to lock people up being homeless on the street, fine them and stuff like that, right? But you're making it so unaffordable to even live in a house or an apartment, especially an apartment. So what do you expect? You're closing us in on both sides. You're paying us less, which means now we need two jobs, or we need a job and several side hustles, which take what? Your time. So we're spending more of our time given by God that is limited, that is supposed to be in your purpose. That time is for that reason, and we're just using it to try to survive. Never tapping into our purposes. Never acting in our purposes. And if you are, it is this much, and you're devoting this much to just trying to pay the rent, to just trying to break even, to just try to put food on the table for you and your children. Like, it's warped. And I thought about on Judgment Day, when God asked me about them talents, them gifts he put in me, that gift he gave me as a child to draw anything I looked at. Anything. I could draw you. Anything I looked at. God gave me that. And he's going to ask me, why didn't you build upon that? Why didn't you use that for the purpose I wanted you to use it for? To bring people to me. Why didn't you do it? And the answer can't be, Lord, because I was at work. And I got off of work and I was tired. And I said I wanted to work on, I had every intention while I was at work to work on this. But when I got home, I was so exhausted, Lord. My back was hurting. I got sciatica. I had sciatica on earth, Lord. I had carpal tunnel on earth, Lord. My joints were aching me so much. And when I finally got off of work, I was just so tired. I couldn't use your gifts. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think his answer is going to be? Is he going to take that excuse? I have got to free myself from this 9 to 5. I cannot. This is literally driving me crazy because I've done it so long and it's not working. It is not working. So I don't know. I got to run, of course, because I got to get home and let my sister help her get ready for her appointment. That too, I'm not only a disabled full-time employee, I'm caregiver to my sister. So before I even make a move going anywhere, I gotta help her get ready. I'm a grandmother. I was a single mother that had to raise my daughter. Though I had a husband, because of this situation, I had to raise her alone. I couldn't afford daycare, so I just never got to sleep. Never got to sleep. It's been a struggle. It has been a struggle. So yes, I definitely believe that 9 to 5s are, even Jordan the Chosen One talks about those, that they're just there to distract. They're from the devil. They are to keep you in this perpetual cycle, looping. Keep you so busy, so occupied, that you never find your purpose, you never live in your purpose. Even distracts you from your health, your diet, because you're so tired. You're home, you just want to eat something. Your life with God, you want to read your Bible, you fall asleep across the bed, you're tired. Until one day, Time is up. God calls your name. You see how it's occupied so much of your time? So much of your precious time on this earth that was meant for a purpose. They've reduced it down to a 9 to 5 and not even paying you what you're worth. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for bearing with me.